Hi Robert, how you doing? This is just a real quick response to your post that you left on YouTube about whether or not to leave uh, an album sealed or to unseal it and play it. I'm all for, it all kinds of depends on what the situation is. And while I was watching your video, I kept going, well, in my head, I was sort of ping pong going back and forth, trying to decide, I need to know more of the situation, and is this a is this a one-off kind of thing? This is the only way you can get this music is on this record, and if that was the case, if it wasn't on CD, if there was no other way to get your hand on this music, and this vinyl was the only way for you to listen to it, then I would say break it open and enjoy it and listen to it so you could hear the music. But I would certainly understand if you didn't. But then as you kind of unfolded a little bit more about the story and you finally revealed what it was, I kind of came to the idea, and through watching it, I kept thinking in my head, well, what I've done in the past regarding buying certain things and leaving them sealed. Sometimes I'll buy 2 copies of something, and I'll leave one sealed, and I'll have one as a play copy, and those are usually unusual things. Leaving one alone so that I have one in good condition, or sometimes it's for an investment to a certain degree. But I'll give you an example of something I did in the past, in the 80s when CDs started to come out. And I kind of realized that eventually they were going to be replacing records, at least temporarily, at the time. And being a big Beatle fan, I wanted to make sure that I got some of the Beatle records that I liked, that I knew were unique to the U.S., the Capitol albums. And I intentionally bought them and left them sealed. So I didn't get all of the ones that I wanted to get. I got whatever ones were available. I went to my local Tower Records at the time. And so I'll just sort of show you really quick the ones that I got. One thing about, whenever people show something, oh, look, it's still in the shrink wrap, it's still sealed. Well, I always look to see, is there some kind of a price tag on it? And, in this case, there aren't. I still have the price tags on them. They're also, bagged, but they're still in the shrink wrap, as you can see. But they're still in their own individual bags, just like what you're doing. So I picked up mostly the ones that were unique to the U.S. I may have seen Sgt. Pepper there in the White Album, but because they weren't unique to the United States and to Capitol, they weren't a different version of the album, I didn't pick it up. And I sort of was trying to focus on those unique albums like these that were different versions. And so there's that guy, the first one. Second album, price tag up there, $7.99. They're all still sealed. And this is from around, let's see, he should have 1985. So the third album, Something New, all still sealed, never opened them up. And then I jumped over a couple because they just didn't have them in stock, which were the early Beatles, Beatles 65, and Beatles 6. Those three, I don't think I ever saw them there. I would have picked them up. So I jumped ahead to Rubber Soul, which is, I think I've said it before, it's my favorite version of Rubber Soul. I think that Capitol did a really good track lineup on this. Sorry, UK folks. I love the UK version too, but it's tough to beat this in my mind. The tracks that they grabbed off of Help and the singles that they used and the songs that they left off for the next album, which is Yesterday and Today. And again, that's even got some other sticker residue and whatnot that they put here, and then they eventually actually this is from Peaches. Oh, and so is Rubber Soul. I was buying these all over the place. I thought I was buying these just at Towers, but that's Peaches. This is also a Peaches. Peaches is a record store. I think it was a chain store in other places as well. It wasn't just here in Seattle or in Washington. I think they were around in other places. And finally, another Tower Records Revolver. So, these I intentionally bought to leave sealed, and you know, uh, because I knew I'd be able to buy. I had the albums in other forms and on other labels from other time periods, either on the Apple label or the original Capitol label. But I knew I wanted to, because they were going to be going away. I figured it was the end of vinyl, and I wanted to have those vinyl copies sealed. Should have got Hey Jude, but I don't think, again, that was another one I don't think I saw. I was looking for that, but I didn't see it. So anyway, that, I intentionally did, and I'm going to leave them sealed. And then you did your reveal of what it was, and I was like, oh, great. Well, I don't have a 180 gram vinyl of one of the Classic Records Led Zeppelin releases, but I do have a 200 gram vinyl of one of the Classic Records Led Zeppelin releases. And one morning I woke up, flipped open my iPad, looked at my email, and from music, I can't remember what it's called. I get an email every once in a while from a website that handles the Classic Records releases. And they will say, oh, we got this in, or we got that in, or we've got, limited quantities of this, limited quantities of that. And every time by the time I see the email and I go to their website, it's gone. And I just thought, well, I saw they listed something up. And the price was right. It was a great price. And I just figured, well, it's already gone. Or they probably had two, or they had one. But I went to the website, and it was still available to order, so I placed an order for it, and I got it. And it's this guy right here. Not my favorite Zepp album, but it's probably my second favorite Zepp album. My favorite probably being Houses of the Holy, which I would really like to find a classic of that. That'd be great. But it's the 200 gram right up here. And you also notice another little sticker here too, which is the hand select where the music lives. Well, that's it right there, themusic.com. That's where I get the logo right there. I really didn't think about it at the time, about them opening it up. But as Rob mentioned in his response, his text response, you could just peel the top off of those things, that little, for the 200 gram. And you're going to kind of reseal it. Well, they have an offer. They have something where they will hand select, pick out the best one, take the vinyl out, give it a good professional cleaning, and then send it off to you. And that's what this little sticker means. And I opted for that, not thinking that, oh yeah, it would sort of be unsealed. They wouldn't have they would have to break the seal, take the seal off. But I was okay with that because I got it at such a good price, and I guess I just wasn't thinking in terms of, oh, do I want to leave this sealed or not? In my mind, this is still kind of sealed. All they did was they took it out and they cleaned it. But now that it doesn't have that sticker on top, technically, they're gonna say that it was unsealed. One nice thing about doing that, though, is that they sent it outside the cover like this. That, however, didn't stop the seam split from happening. You can see right there, right at the top, just very small, about a ½ inch. But I have a feeling that the reason why this came up and was available to be sold was somebody got it, and there was a seam split, and they rejected it, and themusic.com put it back up on sale and reduced the price on it. And I'm okay having a little bit of a seam split there, because for me I came late to the game getting this series, and wish I had jumped on it when they first were coming out, but I wasn't. So to have a copy of 3 that I was able to buy at a very reasonable price, I can live with a seam split. And I'm okay with having them, giving it a good professional cleaning, because I can't do that here. I don't have the same equipment they have that they use to clean. So, that didn't bother me so much that I had this, and it ended up being opened. And I haven't played it yet. I will, but I haven't played it yet. But as far as which camp I'm in, which cup to put my name in. I've got to put my name in my name in your cup there, Bob, Robert, Bob. The cup says Bob. Just because it's music you heard, you can hear it in other formats. I'm sure you've got the vinyl. I bet you got a Japanese pressing of it. So it's not a matter of hearing the music. You can hear the music in different formats. I'm sure you got the several mini LP issues of it. So I would say that's sort of its own collectible right there. And to leave that sealed, and it's not been opened since it's been, the whole idea of sealed and not sealed, somebody had to hand take that off of the thing, put it in a sleeve, put it together with a cover, put it in the cover, and then put it in the thing, the perforation, and then seal it off with whatever they did to seal it off. So technically, things are still sealed from the factory, but they were handled at one point before they got sealed. It just indicates it hasn't been played. Which, same thing with these back here. This may have been automated too. It may not have been hand, placed in here. It might have been. It probably was automated to get the disc in the inner sleeve and then in the cover. So more than likely those were hand put together and then put in that perforated plastic bag. So I would say, leave that guy alone, because chances are you'll find, from themusic.com, I found a reasonable, very affordable version of Zep 3. There might be a very affordable 200 gram of presents that'll come along, and you can hear the music that way as well. And I think that's something you can hold on to and wait for. But I would leave that guy sealed. I would leave that 180 grams sealed and leave that as a collectible, just the way it is. So that's my 2 cents. I went over 10 minutes. I'm sorry, but I'm under 20. It's not bad. Anyway, take care and put me in the Bob cup.